Hello. Hello, world. Hi, everyone. I'm Lilli. I'm not Jeff. Am I seen? Am I heard? Tell me if I am in fact alive. Yes. Ah, Heidi. Hello. So glad you're here. Heidi, I was thinking of you when I wrote this meditation, just so you know. Yay. Hi, Fred. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Johnny. Hey, Gabrielle. Candace, Richard in Australia. Hello, hello. So happy to see everybody. For those of you who are new, welcome to the Do Nothing Project. Most of the time, this is hosted by the one, the only Jeff Warren. I am not Jeff. I am his friend. I am his manager, Lilli. And tonight I'm going to guide you in a very simple practice. So what is the Do Nothing Project? Yeah, it's nothing, really. It's a chance for all of us strangers to come together and not be strangers anymore and just be together. It's a few minutes out of our week to sit and do nothing and have some space to get clarity. Andrew sent me an article today, and it was such a nice quote. I have to read it tonight. A few minutes taken to just sit down with nothing, to think and nothing to do, makes our lives more vital and clear. Yeah, so simple, but so needed. So Andrew can tell you where that was from. Anyhow, well, even though we're doing nothing, I'm going to talk about something because, it's good to just share stories. So I've been a parent for 6.5 years, which is, in the grand scheme of things, not that long. And what I've learned in that time is that I know nothing. That I really know nothing, because every time you think you know something about your kids, whoosh. By the way, I'm like sitting on the floor here on my little cushion. I got my candle in my little corner of my house, my nothing space. It's very boring, but whatever, who cares? So what was I saying? Okay, I've been a parent, yes. But something happened the other day that kind of reminded me, I think I have learned a little something. And it's not just about parenting. This is the context is as a parent, but trust me, it's something that we can all learn and adopt for ourselves. You don't have to have kids. So I was driving about 2 hours, and I had both my kids. I got two kids, one that's 6, Benno, and then one that's 3, my little girl, May. And they were both in the back seat, and I was the only adult in the car driving. And May was upset because who knows what. And I tried to fix it and help her, and she just wouldn't stop crying and wouldn't stop being upset because she's 3. And so for about an hour, she screamed, and I'm going like this. And I could have turned around and been like, stop it, screamed and tried to, even though it was really frustrating for me, I just thought, she's in a safe place. She's not harming herself. She's not harming anyone else. I'm going to let her feel what she has to feel. And it kind of reminded me of a time when I really first learned this lesson. And it was a few years ago with my son. I was taking him to swim class, and I was rushing to get there. And we finally get there, and I'm like, yes. And we get to the pool, he gets changed, we rush out to the pool, and he refuses to get in the water. And I was thinking about the story, and what I was going to say is that this was right around the time I first started meditating, which was about 2.5 years ago. And it was one of the first times where I really noticed how the effects of sitting on a cushion once a day for a few minutes can really have an effect on your life. And it wasn't, it was a matter of weeks or months after I first started meditating. So it was a really powerful experience. So anyhow, we get to the pool and he refuses to get in the water. And inside I'm screaming and I'm so frustrated. And I'm like, get the hell in the water. I paid for this class. I can't get a refund. Like, you have to learn how to swim. Like, it's just like, just go. Like, why aren't you getting in? And he can't express himself because he's like 4 or something. So he's just like, mm-mm. And I thought, but externally, I was thinking all that inside. And then externally, I was like, you know what? Let me just take a breath. And let's just sit here and see what happens. And we just sat on the sidelines and he sat right next to me. We sat quietly and I just kept breathing. And then he, like 10 minutes later, the teacher or coach or whatever came out of the water and encouraged him to get in, and he did. And it was just this lesson of when my kids have these strong feelings, anger or sadness or whatever, and they act out, they cry, they scream, they retreat, they do things. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not broken in any way. It's not something that I have to fix. It's not something that I have to change. It can be wildly inconvenient. It could be really annoying. My agenda of whatever, needs to happen, it could be coming up ahead that, but that's not, the fact that they're having strong feelings in and of itself is not a problem. And I'm working hard to give them the space that they need to express and to feel those feelings. Of course, if they're doing something dangerous, like hitting someone or running into the street or whatever, that can't happen. Those days suck. But if they're in a safe place and they're not hurting anyone or themselves, it's just my job to make sure that they can feel what they need to feel. And in doing that, I've learned how to do that for myself as well. And when I'm having strong feelings, to give myself the time and the space to actually feel them. So I call this meditation, it ain't broke, because the idea is if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because there's nothing that's broken. And yeah, that's what I'm going to try and guide tonight. And I'm excited to read all your comments. I'm not going to do that now. But as always, I just want to say up front with the Do Nothing Project, if you have your own practice, whether that's meditating, whether that's sitting and staring at the ceiling, or painting, or whatever you want to do, you're more than welcome to do that and just sit in community with all of us. You can follow my guidance or not. It's really your own personal choice. All right, a little water, and then we're gonna get going. Okay. My dog is chewing a bone right here. Can anyone hear that? Is that distracting? Because I could send him away. Here, I'll look in the chat if anyone. He's having a wonderful time. I got him like this rawhide wrapped in duck meat, and he's going to town. But you can't hear him? Okay. Okay, great. Let him eat. Yes, it makes me happy to watch him happy, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, great. All right. It is 8:09. It's going to be a 25-minute sit. Wonderful. Let's start by closing our eyes, taking in a few deep, full breaths. As you breathe in, see if you can stretch up the spine a little, find some alertness. As you breathe out, you start to settle. Soften the forehead, the cheeks, the lips, the shoulders, the belly, the hands. Sit comfortably, however you feel most at ease. And just settle back. Let the breath come to you. Every time you breathe out, see if you can arrive a little bit more firmly in the here and now. So feel your feet on the ground or your seat on the chair. Keep settling here for a bit. Good. Now, if you want, try and notice, is there anything that you are subtly resisting? Is there a tension in the body or an annoying sound in the background? Maybe your mood is just kind of crabby. Whatever it is, see if you can find your equanimity. Meaning, see if you can just recognize it and allow it to be here. Can you be open to this very moment the way that it actually is? Go ahead and give this a try for a little while. If you like, you can focus your attention on the breath or some sensation in the body or even an external sound. The choice is up to you. Just choose anything you want to be your home base, or just home, any sensation that is comfortable to you. And during the meditation, as your mind wanders, you can come back to home, come back to that feeling of the breath rising and falling, or the sound of a fan in the background, whatever it may be. So when your mind wanders or you get lost in thought, nothing to worry about. Just come on back to your home. Good. We're just opening to the moment. Maybe it's pleasurable, maybe it's not pleasurable, maybe it's comfortable, uncomfortable, maybe it's comforting. It is what it is. I'll leave you here for a few minutes of silence and come back in just a little bit. Nice. All right, notice that you are making space for this moment, for all of it. Go ahead and keep breathing out any tension in the body. Keep making space for whatever is. Good. Staying in the moment. See if you can separate what you want to feel from what needs to be felt. Good. Breathing out, making space. All sensations, all feelings are welcome here. You have all the space in the world. And remember, there is nothing to fix about the way you are feeling in this moment because it is not broken. It's that simple. See if you can settle here for these last few minutes. Now, if you want, we're going to gently move into a little practice of gratitude. If you want, take a moment, try and think of one person today, not even today, but maybe this week, that you are grateful for. Maybe someone in your family, or maybe even just someone who let you take that left turn when you were in a hurry. Maybe it's your dog or another animal. For me, I'm picturing each one of you, even imagining holding your hand one at a time and just really trying to physically feel the gratitude for your presence in my life. Really noticing what that feels like. What does it feel like to just allow yourself to feel appreciation, to really feel into the gratitude that something went well? There's someone out there that had even the tiniest bit of kindness towards you. When you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes and reconnect to the space around you. Thank you, everyone. I really am grateful for each one of you for showing up tonight, or if you're watching this later, whenever you show up, and to take the time to just do nothing with me and with everyone and make this whole crazy experiment project happen and keep going. So thank you for all of that. I have no brilliance like Jeff, although he's just, I don't know. Does anyone have any brilliance? But he knows a few more things than I do. But I'm happy to sit and chat. If you guys have any comments or thoughts, the hand holding imagery was great, made me smile and send it back. Yeah, that just came to me in the middle of the practice. I was just like picturing each one of your hands and like feeling them, and some were old and wrinkly and dry, and some were kind of sweaty, and I don't know, maybe it's like the thing that you can't shake hands anymore, so I don't like touch other people's hands, which I really miss. So I don't know, but it kind of came to me, and it was just this beautiful idea of just kind of being able to go up and thank each one of you. The dog chewing noises were so comforting. And there were some dog hacking noises there at the end. Sorry about that. He's really into it. And I meant to say at the very beginning that there were going to be some long pauses. So I hope that wasn't too jarring for anyone. And yeah, anyone out there with young kids and living that dream, that struggle, like that's Rufus, everybody. Here, you want to say hi? Rufus, everyone wants to say hi to you. There you go. There's Rufus. Yeah, he's going to town. The quiet time was peaceful. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm thrilled. Jeff is going to be back next week. And I'm just reading Gabrielle's remarks. Also really liked and needed the reminder to accept it all, not pick pieces. It was so much easier to accept your noises than those in my house. Yeah, there's something about that. You don't really mind the ones because you can't control my noises where you think you can control the ones in your own house. But really, it's all, we got to accept it. I'm really warm, so I was trying to really accept the fact that I was warm, and there was nothing to do about that. I actually found the fact that Rufus was here kind of annoying, and I'm not going to do that again. But he, it was what it was, and I just had to go with it. Sarah said, this was affirming for me because so many of my friends are going through rough times. Yeah, and there's nothing I can do, so I'm just trying to feel everything with them. It's totally, Sarah. They're lucky to have you as a friend. Yeah, it's a really hard time, I find, because everyone's going through a rough time. Normally when there's some balance in the universe where you're going through a rough time, but your friends aren't, or your friends are, but you aren't. And so you can kind of help one another. Where right now it's just so heavy that everyone's in their own personal version of hell. So it's really hard. So I think that's beautiful, Sarah. Safa, did I say that right? Your phrasing of try to separate what you want to feel from what needs to be felt was so perfect. Yeah. I actually, when I wrote this meditation, I had about 2,000 more words in it and sent it to Jeff, and he was like, whoosh, slashed it all except for that phrase. He was like, this is what this sit is all about. And I agreed with that. So I just kind of kept it as like one line. Shayna, my daughter came in during the middle of the meditation and was like, here's your Kindle cord. It was so spot on. Yes. I feel you. I totally feel you. All that. I was worried. There's no lock on this door, so I was worried that my son was going to barge in at any moment. Heidi says, love the empty space, so needed in the midst of parenting. Yes, it's really, really challenging, especially if your kids are at home right now and not going to school, that there's some kind of space. I've been waking up earlier just so that I have that time, whether I meditate or not, but it's just like time to be alone and have space for all of that. Beautiful, you guys. So wonderful to sit with you. Thank you. And any other announcements, Andrew? I don't think so. Ashwini, I don't know if I said that right. I felt incredibly crabby right at the beginning. No reason at all. No idea why. Yeah, it sounds about right. It was a challenge to accept that with the mind chewing out thoughts. Yep. Yeah, totally hear you. And all you can do is try. which is what you did. And there's no reason, there's no why. It just was that way. And you tried, and maybe it felt better, maybe it didn't, but that's it. You made some space. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night, good morning, wherever you may be. Have a wonderful week. And Jeff will see you here next week. Take care. Bye.